May God help we, so that Sierra Leone go be the kind of country where we all yearn for Salon for be. Today, we want to talk about 3 years of presidentbio administration, wetin Salon don't achieve, wetin Salon don't gain, wetin Salon don't lose. If not for this administration, Usai we forbid now. Either way you want for look am. If not for this administration, Usai we forbid. Positively, negatively, because of this administration, wetin we don't see beaucoup now. You don't ever think about that? Say, it better. Whose part you put this administration? If they say for rate, waiting na the percentage where you want to give for the past 3 years. Well, the president, we don't take a media tour. If we don't talk beaucoup, if we don't answer questions at the town hall meeting. So maybe if you be one rate and one kind way, after you don't watch all in one day, sometimes you get a second look, say, oh, because of, okay, I be here, I talk A, B, C, D, so because of that, now this are the game. But if you rate this administration for the past 3 years, now which kind of a percentage you want to give them? And why? Why? Because a lot of people say most of the campaign at that time, now for say waiting, bread and butter. Bread and butter, bread and butter. But outside the bread and butter, issues they right now. How that one they don't solve? Because the Ministry of Finance, the minister where did they will be the talk about bread and butter, now it's when job is created na bread and butter. Other people and they say, no, not that they be mean at that time. Mike from Philly say, he go give them 20%. Again, I ask why. Mariatu Bangura say, he go give them 15% for the past 3 years. Bobo Labo say, he go give them 35%. Kamara say, then at launch.com and at 17% now I go give them. Okay? There are so many facets we make an administration. So when you base your percentage, I ask you, say why? Because I want to know whose side you see when the campaign promises, the manifestos then they make at that time, waiting they don't achieve as at right now. Because the last time the chief minister say, then we get, was it 34 manifesto promises where they don't solve waiting, not to 24, 27. I don't they forget now. But they all be left now, no better again. But he said the manifesto promises them, they don't they solve them. So with all kind of a percentage they see, I don't think so when I be watch the chief minister in Buku. Because if you be watching, why Chair no Jalo say, he say na 10%. He said the bread and butter, we not see him yet. Mariatu Wisdom still say, he's saying they give them 20%. But we'll have to say give them 35% because of libele propaganda. Eh? Bakish Kebendu say, he say in grading na disapprove and no confidence. 20%, Mariatu Wisdom so say, he's saying give them Nande because of free education. Mariam Kakese Indegi 40%. Why? Ibrahim Kurma say 29 out of 38. Okay, manifesto promises the chief minister. Thank you, sir. Patrick Dominion, the big boy in the house, say Indegi them 50% because of destiny of life. Okay. Sahid Kose, he say, what in they achieve? Then divide the country. And the president agreed to that. He say increase in corruption. If you say increase in corruption, Sahid Kore, and the MCC scorecard say the fight against corruption is day paramount, na it make we able for win that one day, then how you only say corruption increase? But again, Said Kose greedily increase in the cost of living. If you forget them, he go give them 10% because of free education. Let me see. Okay, Mayam Kake say he give them the 40% because of free education. Abatuke Kaba say he give them 15% for occupying the office. Big Mike from Philly say he give them 20% because they continue with some of the past administrations them projects. Mami by Kamara Small say 25% for corruption and education, then get for move more. Ha! And Mami can be better, to teach her. And Mami can say na 3.5% because then tifu money. Hey, you greedy padimako 3.5%. Eh? Memuna Koma say 10%. Again, if you are asked to rate presidentbio's administration for the past 3 years, waiting you go give them. Now they ask you. From the manifesto promises to year 1 to year 2, where year 2 being supposed to be year of delivery. Unfortunately, coronavirus hit the world and it hit Sierra Leone. So the year of delivery not be able for deliver. And at the 4th month we depend so now. Musa Jabi say Ingo give them 50% because of education. Sheku Mansaye say, Sheku Mansaye dan in a fail now. He say Ingo give them 0% because they create hardship for people them na the country. Tisha Kanu say 5% because of waiting free education. Martha Eronobi say in they give them 50% because they end the criminal libel law. Paul Samba say in they give them 10% for not talking and doing. Abdul Fode Bangura say 5%. Hey, 3 years of this administration. The highest I don't see na 50%. Eh? Hey, hey, hey. The highest one I don't see na 50%. Eh? And so, na greedy we greedy pa the max them on a waiting. But like I said, the president, we don't give in own grading. Eh. We don't answer the questions them. Today, we get opportunity after all questions has been answered. We get opportunity now for grade the administration. And the numbers the way they see, I don't think say then go gladly. But make we come with Usman Tolly, make we hear waiting a get for we today. Welcome on board, Usman Tolly. You get the platform, sir. 3 years of this administration. What's your take?
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to every listener to this program. Very, very fundamental question. We, everybody, they ask in terms of the new administration, the new direction. For help we answer this question, as you say, Triple A, we'll go for base, we answers them on different category. We'll go for look at the economy, in terms of economy, what they don't do. We'll go for look at the education sector, look at governance, we'll go for look at the area of corruption, we now the mantra. For help we analyze this Triple A, we get for look at the manifesto as well and the policy statement. Because the manifesto is like a social contract between the existing government and the citizenry. So what in them promise we, do they deliver? These are the questions that we would ask. Okay, Triple A, I will start with the economy briefly. I think one of the things that where everybody they talk about is the issue of the bread and butter. This particular government campaign on the mantra of bread and butter. Sierra Leoneans, they know they ask for much. What we want now, the basic needs. And Triple A, me and High, you and High and I, we don't talk at this forum. We need our basic human needs. I listened to the interview where Omar Ofofana interviewed the president, now Bounty Money, now the first town hall meeting. One of the fundamental questions we ask her, where the president began for reply, say, it don't bring international reputation. It don't build the country international reputation. And we get all the other institutions such as the IMF, the World Bank, the European Union, they come, bring in money. We see what they do during the COVID-19. And then Omar Fofana turned and asked her, he said, you don't bring all the reputation, yeah, all the international organizations, yeah. But they reflect on the citizens then. That is true. Because we don't see Triple A. Time without numbers. We talk about the Afrobarometer survey where they make, where a majority of the people are dissatisfied, especially in the area of the economy. Majority of the people are dissatisfied in terms of the economy. Talk about electricity. Talk about water. What about food? Everybody they complain at this point in time. Think about Sarah Network una interview they do on a regular basis. When they go to the markets, when they go interview the people and how they feel. Think about those reports. Think about the NGCE, their own survey where they carry out on a daily basis. You get for see because the fundamental aspect here is now the people, like the poor want them. How this administration don't impact on the lives of the ordinary citizens then. And are the critical aspect of we own assessment. And clearly from those surveys, yeah, including the Sarah Network, including Afrobarometer, including NGCE report, and along with other surveys, it show clearly say, people are not happy with the manner in which the economy they go. And when you look at the GDP to revenue ratio, then say they don't raise money. Yeah. But clearly again, that has been criticized. That has been when we look at them critically, they're not able to achieve voting and saying that the manifesto. Let me say by 2020, I think 2021, then go hit 20%. That is to say domestic revenue to our GDP ratio for each 20%. Yeah, they're not able to achieve. I think as it stands, I think it's about 13%. 13%. And from the interview, where they interview the president, he talks, he used COVID-19 as an excuse. But the economy don't begin fall before COVID-19. And they make it categorically clear in terms of the economy, it may not begin fall before COVID-19. So these are some of the fundamental questions that a good number of the critics that they talk about. Okay, in terms of education, we all know, say, the flagship program education. Indeed, when you think about the principles then behind free quality education, one of them is accessibility. And indeed, in terms of access, there has been an increase to the number of picking them where they access the free quality education, with the free education. But again, a lot of people then they ask about equality. And one of the questions what a member they ask His Excellency the presidentbio, at that town hall meeting, they say, if we say the quality we want, we know we get if we be make this thing by phases. Yeah, for example, then for don't divide into phases, and make sure say they get things right. You know what he say? He say it will take a long time. He say if you hold the bull by the horn and draw the bull will come down with you. But a good number of people away know about issues of administrations will tell you, say, if they may really want quality in terms of education, I think, say, then for them do them by phases. Because when you look at the manifesto, a lot of the things that we then promise in terms of quality are missing. Yeah? I mean, they talk about regional science and technology, high school, forget science and technology. We all know, say, in terms of the classrooms, then, no see much of additional classrooms, then. We not see the district libraries, the way they talk about. All these things, they count when it comes to quality education. So those are the things, then, where, I feel say, a good number of the public opinion believes, say, the quality is not there. Again, AAA, let's look at the area of governance. Very interesting. Governance. In terms of governance, when you look at the SLPP manifesto, the New Direction manifesto, they talk about promote equality and talk about inclusion, transparency, effectiveness, democracy. These are some of the principles them where they use their manifesto. Talk about the rule of law. When you look at those principles, let's start with the manner in which they elect the Speaker of the House. Totally undemocratic, very unconstitutional. We all know the story behind that. I don't want to repeat myself now yet. Think about the replacement of the 10 MPs then. It's very, very undemocratic, very unconstitutional. We don't say this and this forum without numbers. So they fall short in terms of those areas. Now look at the sacking. You talk about inclusion here. You talk about holding democratic principles. You talk about security of tenure. Most of the people that way then come into power, when they come into administration, some of the people that way them in the sack, they get security of tenure. You get certain things that we get for satisfied for sacking people and the jobs them are secured. Yeah. For example, we talk about the manner, the illegal sacking of the ombudsman. Yeah, it's very undemocratic. Yeah, illegal sacking of the ACC commissioner, former ACC commissioner. In the manner in which statistics Sierra Leone workers them, the way they sack them. Yeah, we all know, say the country to a very large extent continue for divide. Yeah, in terms of tribe, in terms of party color, in terms of region. Yeah, so those are the areas then where they talk about governance. There is, in terms of, there are some positives where we will talk about when it comes to governance. For example, where they expunge the criminal libel law. I think say we all applaud them for that effort there, because for many years this law don't go on for a very long time, and a good number of journalists them they don't suffer as a result of the criminal libel law. So the fact that they be able to expunge that criminal libel law, that's not a plus for them. However, we get a caveat in terms of the present cyber crime bill we need to try for passing a parliament. A good number of the public, them we don't go through the content of that cyber crime, get cause for concern. And remember, AAA, at one time, I've been on raised that concern even before other people then begin to talk about the criminal libel law. I've been on talk about Tamnaya. We get great concern. And again, look at what happened yesterday in the parliament. That is because of lack of consultation, give space to other people for listening to other people as well. I think in terms of governance, then get some positives and some areas where we feel and therefore improve to a very large extent. Again, in terms of girls empowerment, we're a part of the manifesto. I think I will give them plus on that, but to a very large extent in the area of governance, I think them fail in that area. Again, AAA law go to corruption, where now one of the most sensitive and most talked about. Sorry, sir? Hello? Okay, in terms of corruption, the first thing where I want to mention is about the Commission of Inquiry. It begins to look like a pure waste of time. It's beginning to look like a pure waste of time, because we all know, they use public money, with the taxpayers' money, for go about these things. But we know they see much so far. They don't recover the money the way they talk about recover. All the things that they don't talk about. They go let the public know. We know they see much of that happening at the moment. So the Commission of Inquiry is beginning to look like a pure waste of time, I would say. And again, the fight against corruption, you therefore look at them inwardly as well as outwardly. Then they fight the corruption not only from the opposition side, but you therefore also try for fight corruption within your own administration. And we get some Eastern system, AAA, where we don't come up with, we should say, even within their own administration, the prosecution and the manner in which they go about the fight against corruption, it gets some element of witch hunt, we go say. For example, the other day, AAA, I give an example of the rice scandal, 49,000 bags of rice. Yeah? Commissioner say get thousands of evidence. Today, where are we with that? We don't know nothing will happen. That was a critical example we've been only in a year in terms of the fight against corruption. Yeah? And we all know say, to some extent, you go give them credit in terms of international accolades where the present ACC commissioner done achieve in terms of the MCC scorecard, for example, Transparency International, they scores them, they look good, but the fight itself got a lot of questions nationally. You get a lot of questions when it comes to we, the citizens. Them we get some number of concerns. So that again, now area for concern. But overall, AAA, if you ask me, in terms of this administration, I think I will give them 35%. That I'm your score. I give them 35%. And the reason why I will tell you why summarily I don't tell you, but in terms of education, the accessibility is there. We get a lot of increase in the number of Pekinam we can at the school in terms of expunging the criminal libel law. Now I make of that 35% in terms of the international accolade to the ACC commissioner, in terms of girls' empowerment, sure as the Sexual Offences Act, answer for girls. Those are some of the positive things that I will talk about this administration. But when it comes to the economy, I think they are not getting their priorities right. And this is where we get a major concern with them in terms of the priorities. They are not setting the priorities right. And for we, the citizens, them, AAA, one of the areas them we get for the looker when we try for cast we vote, is about we economy. Remember, this government come talk say Tolombo logo sidoya angry bokuna ya, right? So we all know that slogan there, and to a very large extent convince some of the voters believe say, there will be a change where this government can, for help with especially the ordinary citizens them, and we know they see that reflect. You listen to the figures them where Omar Fofana make that town hall meeting in terms of inflation, in terms of domestic revenue to GDP ratio, in terms of the wage bill, wage bill in 2016, yeah, prior to their own government, the wage bill was 1.37 trillion Leone. As it stands now, the wage bill is about 3.3 trillion Leones. So it don't go up exponentially. And the fact that, then they create the jobs for satisfy their own party members. I think it's a cause for concern. We know, say, the increase in number of teachers, the nurses is fine, those areas. But also, there are other areas then where we know, say, they create jobs for their boys. So those are the areas where we get concerned with. But this government needs to step up the game, seeing what we see yesterday in the parliament. It's very disturbing. We all know say there are some procedural issues there, which I wish I had been there yesterday because I believe say, but the manner in which I not say the leader of the opposition party, I think he gets some minor errors there But the manner in which I think the speaker handled the situation, I think is completely out of track, I would say. Thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks to everybody who is listening to this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you for your
Okay.
time, sir.
No problem, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, that's now Usman Toli in your submission for today. If you just join me, we will talk about the 3 years of presidentbio in administration. As a country, waiting we don't achieve. A lot of people don't get their own percentage. Usman Toli give them 35%. I'm not to Sanusi say in they give them 30% because of education. Same believe say the education, it gets a long way for go before it go materialize. FBM say in they give them 10%. Hey, because of no electricity, water, or medical hospital. From the one that in the radio. Eh? Mabinti Kamara say in they give them 20%. They say no bread and butter, lack of good school materials with all the free quality education. It's a poor economy, poor medical health care system, poor electricity, poor water system, poor youth development, lack of payment of salary in time. The list goes on. God help we. Salon. 3 years of this administration. Officers say I network little. Who did one say the right thing? Because the question and answer that we don't ask. So now, who they give you on? 3 years of this administration. How much you want to give them? Make we come with us friend. Make we a waiting and you take. Yes, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving the platform, and thanks to Mr. Usman Toli for his contribution, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers in here tonight or morning or wherever you find yourself. The way me want for seeing the 3 years of rule, or it don't come up to power. I look at from that monetary and fiscal policy. In other words, because now all this they come about the monetary policy, how the bank they able for manage interest rates, how then they able for tightening policies and for tax. And then you look at the fiscal policy, then the government is itself in your own way, how then they raise money, they raise like from taxation, and you look at waiting then they spend. Because taxation are one of the sources of revenue, one of the main one. But because sometimes they are in default, you're not able to raise up, then they look to outside world for get funds and aid. But looking at the area of that fiscal and make policy, you go try for look, say, usa you tin up, na daily based on how you see. And waiting you the yeri, depend usa you tin up. If it's tin up far, Kenya, so now the way me see them, depend on usa me stand, and look and see the fiscal policy, it actually then gets a big impact on the inflation we don't go so today. Because when you look at the area of development, we then before don't focus. If you look at agriculture, when you look at UNDP, other organization, the way they can say another one, and they remind people of where people can get food, then get nutrition, then get water, sanitation, and hygiene. And then you look at the projects, them with fund them in they are all. Now home-based projects, how you get for monitoring, or now external projects they would come for help them wire, or now organization they would bring in. So looking at the areas in the you will find out say, well, there has been things that bringing in place, and there are other things that will be done day before the day. So in other words, that transparency of waiting, then they say continuity. But that transparency and continuity, now most time politicians and they try for when this party can the area of transparency, but see then when I had a long stop, defy anything, they say we sabi make it go to this stage back. Or will they make it become more modern, or will they make it strong? So because of that one day, most time politicians become, they can't tell we say, well, we will make this thing be so, now so we want to put on sometimes and bring you in a scope where we will be in a landscape where they will try to admire and now say this is going to be like a magic. So because of all those expectations, it bring we as civilians therefore say we always demand more, because then they put expectations into it and they tell me that this don't happen, that this don't happen, then why they don't do so, then why I don't do so, we able to do so. And then we carry on in that kind of epidemiological thing, not in the scientific way. In other words, we put her in the context of how it began, the beginning of the issues. So in other words, when you look at the beginning of issues, because you will say now, if I want to know, the more I know about the past, and then the better I will become prepared for the future. So because you don't know more about the past, you have to build the future. What you get for look at, now areas in where you get for put impact on. Say an example now, let's take for example the feeding program, which is quite good. There has been feeding program with CRS in those years of the 70s, the 80s, when a Catholic relief program been bring. Whether they bring bulgur, and they bring corn flour, then they bring that beans, the oil, then they supply on the schools for let people then go eat. That has been. But in between, faults then they go on, they come on and off. So in the final say this has been one legacy they belong there, but it depends how they be delivered and based on the population. But sometimes you go say population don't increase, so how they be able to maintain this? But when I specify on that feeding program, presently there is part of the manifesto say education then go do this free and free. So there has been an effort where they don't put inside. But again, you go question yourself, say why this joint aid management, what they call JAM, this joint aid management, what they call JAM, now a project where they don't put, I think, na Tonkolele district and some other areas now, Kono also, then get about over 146 schools. What this project they try for help. That is not the government, but this is another project where UK they do. And then they ask for funds. And people know they beg for funds. When you go to the website, we see they ask for funds, let them help Africa. Not to Salona, but they help Sudan. Salona, one of them where we implement. But what I try for establishing, and presently, as I'm saying, now 146 schools, one out of 7 chiefdom. And how much picking and they benefit from their own feeding program? 39,000 picking right now they benefit from the program. So then they ask the government for letting go add up or support them in that project day. So, but again, you're not going to say the government we can not get free education and free feeding. But you go question say if people have been fed to a maximum of what they need for get, there is no need for let JAM the appeal. JAM they go interfere. JAM they try for do this. JAM before not only concentrate now on the other projects they wouldn't get, because they get other projects they only look at agriculture, water sanitation, and other things, and but then decide for take up this wire. So you go find out say now projects and they on and they develop them, but the method of application. Have I got the funds? Have I got the materials? Or somebody there for run that in there? Or are they equal to waiting I get for Lago able for do? Or it come to the health sector. I will look for waiting the fault in that health sector, the health and sanitation. So how I go able for look into them thing then day. Now when I get something available and I do a proper follow-up of what I they do. So in other words, I'm not they go say you can build for me or you can do this here. And then I don't know if you get the workmanship. I don't know if you get the money or the capital for doing. Say like the project of the airport. They'll put an example. There are many projects that we don't launch now. Broad example. So would they see something in a delay? But because of transparency, they would have to say, okay, them man they are the main good, they want to come make this airport. But then being a person will go track them people if they get the material they for say look the cement bag, look the materials we are building, look at the capacity we'll get, look the people and way we employ, and then look at the money we'll get, we'll go carry on this year because now we get for go pay them, and then later we'll get the money back. We don't see all this, and then with the car now, we don't see them, We can't tell the people as we are going to launch it. So in those areas are the areas sometimes you get for say now areas where people get for look into development. Because when you talk about development, you get for see reality. You don't go get for see now what the man can tell you, say, I can't do this, I'll get the price to do this. And then when the man then you go launch, and then when you can also do the practical aspects, there is lack of the materials there because workmanship, people like in there would learn for technical, but you go able to pay them for let they can do this 1 year project. So the government now get for waiting again for let them go see. Another example, look at this one where the recent one where they go fed for so. There was no transparency again, as I say, because of the area where they try for say, they tell we for say that this they go on, they have to tell it to the people and then people they know. The issue of the census, we don't discuss bottom, but what you have for pick up from her now, there has been a debate. But again, there was no money available by then all this time up to Wednesday last week. And when the money come, that the tender one they say, look, can't rush for bring this meeting. You might say because of that, because it is between the 16th and the 17th, which was last week, when this 3 million will be left for full up, we will back get the grant. So you go question yourself, say, all along, they have been telling UNFPA, Kenya, the World Bank, the demand of the laptop from Kenya. That because of the COVID, they don't come because of the demand. So they say sometimes who is telling us the truth? Then before we just can't say, they wait for the money, or we are not wait for we not get the money. It's not why they get for good the money. We come, we will tell you as a beginner. So all of these kind of things, is there something there before you tell the people? Or have you prepared before getting? You go question. Sometimes you might not go blame them because of sometimes factors that will happen on the way. But in somebody, when a layman, these are the factors that what they look at. Say, why are people creating things who will create a fight, who will create division, who will create people and therefore separate, instead of them therefore understand, we all cooperate together and put politics aside and look at the needs of the people then and able for acts and address the demand based on the influence where you get. Now, the influence where you, the politician, get, that's why they put you there. So you go able to forget resources. They do what they call a kind of a resourcefulness. That resourcefulness, they create things and then you bring them up. And then from the little idea we get, they go develop them from there. But if they say I'm doing them based on somebody where they can't tell me, now in the problem that one day. But before they go, now waiting back as you say, now the problem where they foresee, because we don't see how IGR, they don't say there is a Chinese sweeping engagement in the economy. There are other people that would engage. And they talk about this polarization. I know they say there is no need for let people that don't help with because that is what you don't put yourself into the stage. We're not able to manage the resources. So because of that one, they look at an example where don't happen now, the effect of polarization. People that might not be interested in sport, but I know see people that follow sport. What's happened just between these 2 days? Now they say let people they not relegate, let them go form a kind of a league. Okay, waiting because and the six top teams in UK now, they all decide for go join. But the reason why they got for picture day, not so nobody in the UK being the own thing there because they don't get an economic problem. When the teams they get, what's happened? They get posse from Russia, they get posse from another country, from this, they all own that thing there. And these were polarization inside the UK. So whatever they want for go. So they go get your profits. Not based on the needs of the people who the supporters and deal. So likewise in the kind of politics, when people when they come, I know they say that will happen as alone. You get help from this, you get help from this, you get help from this. But they have a motive for saying they know they come for loss, then they go out for profits. So in a balance between grants, in a balance between trying to go loan, then in a balance and understand the one day when they enter, how we're able to enter and make projects, what we're able to do. Because the projects when they write, when they get this money from World Bank for this sensors, now money when they write a project for go add for buy MRI. for go able for put lights and a corner, for go able for do other things they want for not help salon the development of other infrastructure. So because the projects today, if people say the projects now for this year, they will say no, let's discount the people first. The people who they count, now will sacrifice them. Later I will go fair way for counting. I'm not saying it is wrong, there is nothing wrong, but I'm just saying from trying to fast track development. The people, if they say this money now for put some of ancestors, now una go turn around back. Una take una money, we want her for this. Because they are the same people who will say tomorrow, oh, una not get human rights, or una develop, una do this, or we will give una again, una don't default. Because they are dictating polarization. So you get therefore be very tactical, resourceful, how this demand and these things they are able to go before. I go less this side on this way, so that I go just let other people and go for contribute. But let them try to look to how fiscal policies then go able for reflect what you spend. It will reflect the outcome. That 6 million they will spend per census, it will reflect the outcome, how long we go able to get that cover day. Those are the kind of things. So I go put the money for benefit people and quick. We say I'm able to develop people impact in people and we see them so that they will realize them. So that we not go just deep and conflict, interest of conflict, people and they go fighting under, people and they bokule under, kung fu fighting, all those kind of things. This is disgraceful, but not always something to lead people into that stage day. And another one day when they pray God, let them understand what they were able to avoid anything they are promote. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. And I continue for hope say them as leaders, then will always respond to an open mind, wherein you go see your opponent as a friend. You go learn for be a loser, and you learn for be a winner. And when you win, you jubilate for let you not go offend. And when you be a loser, you learn for be a competitive loser for compete again. So that is the scenario the politicians they get for try create, and not where when you lose. You have to say, oh, I get for fake for and I mean, it's like those school days, when people lose and begin to throw stones around. That's not what politics is. Politics has to be redefined, wherein they will say them why they trust them. Because now 3 years, you go looking at the 2 years, now next year now, election for local authority or so, and then the next one inside campaign. So you insist in the things and they short to know. But they have tried. But let them be transparent and tell me saying that this we do, this now we will do, that this we then why they do. So Allah no good day. Thank you very much again for giving me the platform. Let God continue for bless me and the leaders in here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. We left us friend for go. Also, not be able to give you a young percentage, but we'll keep them for our next time. Maybe on Saturday, go tell you 89%. We asked the question: 3 years of the presidentbio administration. What's in now the percentage where you want for GAM? 3 years. From the campaign promises to the manifesto to waiting we get delicate today. So man, just the focus on waiting the happen safe in the market. Say now so the price be the way they become. But now so the price day. So man say, if you're not able for make them better, do ya not make them worse? Left and how you meet them. But when you talk to this administration, then go tell you for say, the international community recognize them because of the good work we then they do. But the people in the country, they talk otherwise. Who that they vote? Are the people the vote, or are the international community the vote? Who that we want for please? Do we want to please the people of Sierra Leone? Or do we want to please the one that already cut the check pantros, lent, or bigger, or give business? Unisa Kabase in the give them 60%. From where we they give percentage, Unisa Kaba don't give the highest. Unisa, why 60%? Because that's what we're asking. If you they give percentage based on waiting. You get people the way they repeat their own numbers them. But I want to tell the announced number. If you forget the administration, waiting you go give them. And why? Simple. Make we come with doctor. Make we hear waiting doctor get for we today. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. 3 years of presidentbio administration. What's your take, ma?
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone, and I hope everybody did well. Thanks to you and host friend for on submission and also and everybody else. Hello. So as I already say, thanks to you, thanks to host friend for your submission and all the people that we don't get a percentage. And as for me, really, I feel say, I don't really get much for Giddy administration because there's been so many things we then don't outline, we then say then they do, we will not see much na the ground, like in terms of within they don't talk about, so for grading wise, I think I'm gonna give them a D. Okay, a D, we're looking at 60 to 65 percent. Okay, so for let you go really get a passing grade with me, we get to see some of the accomplishments actually we come to the basic human needs and basic things that we need in the country. Yes, education maybe the reason why makes us argue like 50% now because of that, education we then put in place for them we're not able for pay school fees, but within that education we lack so many different things where be say that quality in order within the education. Yes, picking and they go school now, we don't go for pay school fees, but and not to every speaking, because some picking they see what can get, news they go around people and they say, well, even though we know they pay school fee, but we'll go for worry about this and that. Why? The family members or the parents they not get money for take care of some of the other things then go for work, then go for sell, then go for do so many other stuff just forget that food on the table. People then lack jobs, and then we always see say we healthcare system, it don't deteriorate. It's just they go down the drain. And as we don't they talk about here, in order for somebody contribute to society, like it do well, if we be healthy, we foresee that happening. But we they see more of, waiting the talk, we hearing more talk than we they see more doing. And that way it's gonna be very difficult for you just say, okay, it's just like you in a classroom setting, they don't give you lecture, instead of you study hard and begin to actually go into the exam wall and take the exam and try for, showcase, what you don't learn, what are you knowledge, we know they see that, we know they see results. We just I still depend study, I still depend chapter 1 or chapter 2, I'm not done for study, I'm not done it, I will take this exam, like that procrastination now they see many times, and we really they hope say, the government and the administration will use this remaining 2 years for make them go do well in how them go put things them in place. We count to light, we count to water, we count to we healthcare. We doing that. If they can even accomplish 2 out of them 3 things and then stand a chance forget a passing grade when we're going to talk about a B mark, we talk about different things, and we talk about even 2023. I'm not even looking at 2023 at this point. I think I look more at, are you going to be able to give the Sierra Leone people, the citizens of that country, what they deserve? When are the 60 years of independence, then the council, within the next 1 week, we will see Salon turn 60 with what we get for sure for what this country really entails. We country get so many things and where we don't know how to utilize them because the poor leadership, the poor governance what they face now the country where people then sit down all they care about now themselves, and it is always disheartening just thinking about the things and what they encounter now we country, where it comes to the selfishness, the corruption, the greed, and just thinking that it's all about you. And then during campaign time, the promises that we hear and waiting and they deliver within our office, it's totally different. So we really ask that the president learn from all the cry we Sierra Leoneans and they make around the globe that it is time to actually do something. It is time not to to make sure that before I left this country. Yes, the interview time during with 98.1, we already president they say for remember I'm as a president where make sure say school they go school. Yes, we go remember you on that, but that's not the only campaign promise that you made, Presidentbio. You made a promise stating that water na life. If them statement then we been talking, you truly mean them. Before your administration the end, this 2021, we go see things them in place. We go show say we really deserve water now the entire nation. And we'll talk about water, we'll talk about clean drinking water, and then we'll talk about electricity around the country, because what will they get right now? People and they pay their money, they know they get light, then they get damn blackout back and forth, blackout back and forth, so many different people them we can see what happen with that now Susan Bay where the light go in and out, light they going out, people then lost so much. Think about all these different things will happen at we country, and no say we country really need for rise again. We country really need for better. And then we want for say hashtag Salon strong, and we want for come into these 60 years of independence, as patriotic Sierra Leoneans them, we go voice corruption, we go fight corruption, we go put an end to corruption for Sierra Leone. Now that's me get for say tonight, and I hope say the president listen and he takes some of the advices them way they get from other citizens them, now the country, within the country, overseas, and we would come here, all the time for advocate for Sierra Leone because we want Fola Salon better. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallo. That na be Doctor in your submission for today. 3 years of Presidentbio administration. Would it turn the mic to you? I see a lot of percentage then. We see from 3.5. I see Adam Akoma saying they give 0.5. Yeah? Some people they don't make lecturers or teachers. Or all go there for numbers. But make we open now the phone line for just a few so that we self your voice go be heard. Waiting you want for this administration percentage wise. Doctor say Ingi D, Usman Tholi gi 35. Maybe Usman go right in yon because he escaped me for ask Usman for yon. But for you, what's in the percentage you want for G? Eh? The phone line open now. 232-78-990-991 on WhatsApp. 232-78-990-991 on WhatsApp. 44-739. I think this caller yesterday, I be one not against me, but today I'm glad I'm not gonna miss him. We will come with him. But WhatsApp only 44-739-803-0402. United States 1-646-610-3107. The phone line open. Would they take between 5 to 10 calls because hey, na salon do the way the internet gila do and fast. Yeah? But me could come with this caller. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
This is Ibrahim from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim. Sorry about yesterday. You get 3 minutes, sir. What thing you get for it today?
It's okay. Yeah, me at the start for getting 30%. The reason being the free education because me they put quality there because Boku picking a bit also don't go school again. So then come though not to then start the free education because from late Janka by time about education take on to an but I get forgetting 30% for the one who be don't say no get access again for going to school, then can't go to school back. Though some challenge then day. But in terms of the recognition at the international community when they go and bogus, then they feel woefully because not to the international community get for go vote for them. Now the people of Salon and get for go vote for them. The president, me, I feel disappointed for let's see don't say this thing not get for happen overnight. Any question would they ask him, critical question he say not get for happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. But in the same policy where even the campaign with propaganda say where they can't fix them problem and they say where he dey outside, not get for know the problem now where he go inside. But him be don't need it before. He knows the problem. He say they can't fix them problem and now what till they in a lot of excuses them. You know, let God make them able to do something for these 2 years we don't left to. Make them able to continue for do what they promise for do because I don't see still launch no more and they see no outcome of this launch business. So I hope say them going to deliver some of the things and not all they get for able to deliver in these 2 years. Thank you very much. May God bless you and God bless Mama Salo. May God change them. May they able to succeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Me, Triple F?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I give President Bio 20%. Me and Mike from Philadelphia. I give President Bio 20%.
Why 20, sir?
The 20% because I still continue with the some of the project there like the Mabele Bridge and some of the road construction and some of the small project the way the other administration be left they not actually cancel up and continue with them. I make I give them the 20%. But the other 80% is all the 5,000 jobs they what they say for construct with the flour mill or with the bakery. With the Lunge airport, the old airport inside the new airport. I want to ask you a question. I don't know where you be reached alone if you be seen they put.
Not at all, brother. Not at all. Nothing.
If you see they put,
if you told me they pass, nothing not be big gate or something. Now I don't pass down, but nothing will not be big gate.
All them theory talk all them fake promise there. Even with the agriculture, what they say they build houses for people there. All them promise there. Not promise somebody what you know able to do. You go look bad. You rather you come forward and be straightforward with the people and tell us say this now they can do and the rest if we able to do we able to do and money no day or this now no day. But when they like by the people and so when no say they think they own they like but when they able to accomplish there, gonna they continue for lie, lie now for you they just tell the lie for some time, it will catch up to you and I ain't they catch up to them so right now. But we say everything difficult. The whole country difficult. How money go down in the bank? And the president not create an emergency right away for address that issue there. Killing them they go on at the country. The president know they talk. NTI, you get for this. Instead get for come out and address NTI and put stop to them police brutality. Where they go on, all them killing they want to go on. Say nothing at all. Now instead say they contribute to all them most of them problem there. The instability of the country, the divide of we people there. President Biomi, he disappoints everybody in that country. People they get high hopes for her, but the disappointment is too much. Do nothing. Even with the education, it may not see what he do. It's just a free education. Okay. But what the money, what the other administration be subsidize for them picking it? What they do with all the money then they, What they do with all the money what they subsidize for fuel? What they do with that? Because they know they subsidize again. All NTI what they don't do, they go take the country backward. Make the place very difficult for all man. Even we were overseas, it's very difficult for we, because the security problem back. The country not stable, Local people are not able to travel, go, not because of the corona, and because of the thing they want to go on in the country. Even the land issue they want to go on back in the country again. President Bio, you say you not talk and do president, but the talk he there, but the do we not see it all, we not see her. And I don't know if we will see again for the next 2 years because if you not do nothing inside 3 years, not the 2 years we left, you go able to do anything. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed in her, and I believe say all man disappointed in her because people have get high hopes on her, But I'm your contribution.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, Triple A. How are you?
Good. You get 3 minutes, sir. What's your contribution?
Yes, this Ahmed I call from UK. First of all, I'm for tell you thank you. Actually, me I reached the government at 0.3%. This now government to the rates, not to the students look at overall waiting exactly they don't do. Now a very big project, so there's no point for me in my case for make they even deserve a 10 or 20%. 0.3% are woeful they fail. Actually, in a sense, all of these here, them promises here, with them people that they try for say, for me, I not feel say they achieve any one of them. This free education, if you don't do from Pakaba in Tech, imagine 95, Pakaba pay the O levels fees, and some of us be fortunate and entering it. So nothing they we don't go on with regards to the educational sector. Today, the educational sector, it worst. Gets no improvement. Me, I don't need that country. I don't graduate at each day before they move out. Come Gambia. Compare Gambia with small Lusai now. Compare it now. If you go to Gambia, all international schools now, teachers and they operate fully well with the British system. Imagine that. And they respect me so much that look we own country today. The education system is poor. I guess some of my friends who graduate who they teach up to today with the lace, with the talk, is very poor. No improvement with this government now. May I not even go talk about the education side. Talk all the promises they don't do, they're not able to achieve none, my brother. We see, this is not politics business. We see, we compare. Actually, we know the pressure we face with our family then. Some of we will go family, they work right in the government side. We see the amount of money we spend. We mean the school fees and this and all them things is free. Now what's pick it all they look after with the money they all send with the books with this that. They work, me brother. Work. Nothing work for the people there. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I tell you. So with all of the promises, then they say will they make bridge, will they make the airport, and I don't see anything feasible. There is nothing we work for this government actually. Look at all the saga, police brutality, people and the hunger. You see the hunger on people. The people, this is not the worst. There's no way where the youth they engage. Look at the school system. Look at the IPAM. The initiation or whatever, the new recruitment, 300,000. You get for buy green polo, green cap is compulsory. Come on, you can't imagine that. How you bring politics into the school system? into the school system. The former government, they make that 7-story building. They, try for even relocate the school somewhere else. Now, once then come now, they work. They not work anything, my brother. Now, really, they do well, and we are happy for this program, and I think I'm happy for contributing. And from time to time, I'll continue to make my own contribution. But actually, we need changes now. This time around, we need a perfect country. We need from change, into a better system. This system is actually disappointing. Disappointing. When you look at the manifesto with all the people, the brilliant ideas, all this guy been put into paper, nothing absolutely no work. They not achieve anything. Then just now bogus now. Then it's like a white elephant. It's a project but the project fail. And just come for enrich themselves and see. Look at what is happening. Look at the corruption packages. What do they see now? It's over. It's more than what will be there before. I tell you, some of you way there out to get very serious pressure to family them back home. Not really easy. Now that's I get some of my brother. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah.
Yes, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Libya.
Yes, from you're up to 3 minutes. What's your contribution?
Okay. Well, like Tripoli, me, if I rate into percentage, I give them 25%. And that 25% leading into a categories. For education, I will give them 10% in education. Why are they giving 10% in education? Because we don't get the free, but the quality, and waiting in stakes for the quality but pass the free. So like the free now don't they exist, but the quality in no they. That now one. And the other 10% are the game to them safe, because then they enrich them safe and deprive with the lay citizens there. From there, the 5% are the give them for the fake promises the way they make, when they launch, they know they implement. People and they accept them back because they don't succeed in that dream day. Because of the do the fake promise, they will accept them back. We still clap and dance back for them. So that's an achievement for them. So like if I the rate saying and that way they meet the rate saying. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. We'll go accept one more call, then we will close the line. The last lucky caller, when you call, we close the line. We don't get the highest percentage from Issa Koroma, because when they ask say, waiting you go rate this administration. Issa Koroma say, in go rate them 100% in education. 100% in education. Issa Koroma, 100% in education. I want to break that down for we. For make you give 100%. Look how this caller. Yes, caller, you're live on air. You name and say the call from, please.
Hello, this is Najee, I call from London.
Yes, Sergio from London. You get 3 minutes. Waiting na your contribution. Waiting na your percentage. 3 years of this administration.
Well, I rate this government na zero. I need to give the one step na zero.
So even
right?
say for the efforts in nothing.
No effort. Whose effort do they make? No effort, my brother, they don't make.
Okay.
No effort, they don't make.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No effort. So I rate them zero. I tell you, brother, trust me. Salon, we don't make big mistake. Let me get this thing down, please. We don't make big mistake, my brother. I tell you, Salon people will be to tell them before. Say this man who can put na government. This man also be rule this country. This man rule 3 months na Salon. Then you know no nothing, you know get no idea, you know get no clue for ruler country day. Then he go take people who if he say them for can help him for ruler country day. The people who go take back for can put na the country, they all na adopt man them. So waiting them people then they do now for them pocket. What thing they do now for them pocket. And even the one way can rule the country is not big money. So me fumble them. Now this question me always they ask, what do we expect for happen now we country? Right now, what did this man they try for do so? You know, they don't fail the people them. Election day around the corner right now. So you want a count on law there now. Something they now go make back, it go kind of power. All this two way they do so. If they try for muscle the other parties them, they no get no way for feta. No way for let them feta. So everything, but you check all the big side there, who that they did. Now you put all the people in there. So everything that they fight for them, parliament they fight for them. Who say again? Anti-corruption they fight for them. All side they fight for them. So there is no way if one fight for gather everybody, you know, for let it safeguard itself. Like when this, like what you go past yesterday, day before yesterday, we don't come, we just go like this. If them people allow this thing to happen at salon, that conscious what they call census. Wait, if they allow that they happy, my brother, they are happy in a salon, Lord will just say bye-bye. Bye-bye. That man they go there now over 20 years. Madam, you go there in that country. So now this is the fete right now, my brother. Now this guy the fete right now. If they allow that one day in that country, if they pass that one day in that country, they allow him, he go on. My brother, Lord forget about salon. Because this guy go meet one president who do the same thing. Now that one country where he go work. Yes. The same thing that president they do. Now he say one can do na salon so. That idea that president they don't go give him. So now one can do na salon, my brother. So if this happen in that country, my brother, Lord forget about it. Salon is finished. It's finished. I tell you, my brother. Waiting with the try for do we don't make mistake. People that don't make big mistake in that country. For go put Madabio as a president. Ma don't see boku money. Go put another country. He go America. He buy house. He sell the house by gas run at London. It's not at London now. He work out boss scrape. Big trusses. He not get fuck all with the see on the street. Everywhere with the see him. No, but it's true. Then go get
Yeah, no, but to get speaking the way they listen, so you get for mind what you they say.
It's
That's
not good,
what
my
I
brother.
mean.
This now really, we don't make big mistake, my brother. I tell you. We
Okay.
don't make big mistake. Me, I mean, confusion I get. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very
If
much.
I want to call all the blow, man, let people know. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Ajina, we last caller. I just want for say a few things before me come out here. Whose time don't the way we ever get money man for rule salon? Because most of the time we go hear people and say this man not be get money. Whose money man will get a salon? Whose money man will get a salon? Who they say can't rule salon? We no need for thief salon couple. We feel satisfied. The richest person not ever satisfied first. The richest person not ever satisfied. Now they get the best lobbyist them, not for pay tax. Now they get all kind of thing for boycott. Because the rich want for be richer. But you know what thing go help winners alone? Now we constitution. Now we laws them. We go enforce. Now the system where we go put in place. We go make elect the person. Now from Big Waf. Or elect the person now from Spur Road. Or elect the person now from IMAT. Elect the person now from Krube. He no say he come for serve the people of Sierra Leone. And if he mistake, the law go better one. So for people to be saying, oh, this person, I see Daniel say, and Escoma bin get money. Oh, hello, left and so. Other person go tell you say, he not been get. Before that, then go call out and name them be tell you say, now to that person then they them be go, where that person they be make this story them boku. Eh? But now the system where we go put in place, now go safeguard we country, now go safeguard the people them where they yarn for make just them daily living. Eh? But all this one way, as they say, they say, oh, this person, I beg, money man. Who that then a salon force? Who they are show me one salon man? Eh? Show me one salon man where you feel to say right now. It's so get money that if we make him president, he no need nothing. They are show me amba. Where he go can fulfill all we dreams them, all we wishes. Eh? Show me amba. I beg. Yeah. Even let jump quick. Donald Trump put them there and say get money. He said try for BT system for the money man there. Money man they always want money. The poor people always want money. But now the system what we put in place. Tisha Kanu say now only KKY the right man for Tisha make her laugh. I beg dear. I beg Lord left us so. Yeah. Now my way where see them go parliament. Not so themselves them begin for faith for. I beg bo. Me I want to see that Salomon day first. They've kept to say AAA. Now the main purpose of the asset declaration. Ha! Me I want to see her. Then she say the man work out fire. He didn't say na the right man. The system, the politicians, this Alassane and Alusain, the way they don't make we country. Where you cut your own, you go suffer. We await the day where that chain they go be broken. You see, waiting happen to Honorable Tawa. Just because he stand against the big boy in the room. Say the one for Muslim. See what thing happen. Because Salon are a clique. We get gang them. Political gang. For better than safe. You look behind you. Who say we come out? You look who say we there now? I beg. We all understand. So what do they try for say? Alright. I'll tell us, they say all man they all about the constitution now. He said that the same constitution the last government been used. Oh, remember that? That he say wait to make you not go give chance to the creator. There's a vote for Tripoli. Big down, no mix up Tripoli not the day. No can make another book come on do. So with the talker, this guy, and he planned that one day. But I know we say people will send them where I name more. I will let you no more now. They are big. Now balance people on that side. Ah. And Ghana no get joke. I forget that. Then Ghana no joke. Why the presidency they come up from the countryside? Because now they come before. And then come before. Who that come before? Not in the people that they vote for. And not say let us not come. But the way Sierra Leone political arena is set up, now left and so. Now to the 3 years of this administration. For Tripoli, me, I dey give 49.9%. 49.9%. That one day, now then they make like a for say. All this outside and they make like a for say. I didn't get 49.9%. As we speak now, right? Now lighter they use so for broadcast. But for the entire day since this, is it 6 a.m. where lights go? For the entire day, lights not come again till is it by 7? Then as a day about for start, and lights go. Then we'll come back. We'll come to water, come to hospital. I say the 49.9%. I not say 50. 49.9%. Now when they make like a for say. Fight against corruption, education. Even now one day one say that fight against corruption, the money they say they don't get 23 billion leons. We are yet to see. We are yet to see you. The kids say people they are show we the 50. I not say 50. Well, you know they are fine. I say 49.9. Because then they make like a for say, I don't give you free education. I don't say free quality, I say free education. I give it in fight against corruption. They say they get that money. Even now one day. They wait for see how that money they go work for we, the people of Sierra Leone. But 3 years in office, out of 5, we be say the next 2, before you register, na campaign period go come, delivery no go there again. No. Na lunch no more now. You know that? All right. But I am a salon. The other day I talked to somebody, he say, me for more I cannot see new money. But they say they be don't print me, I not see dirty smell money than at them boku right now. 5,000, 2,000 only come more. I don't know if that money they be don't give central bank for go bond. And then they recycle so back. I don't know. Because we come to the economy, who not even knows how to map? Who not knows how to map? So now I make the ordinary citizens them, then they suffer in this country. Ordinary citizen. Somebody do something for me. Yeah? The change can be 6,000 euros. I had 20,000 on top. Any person is say, bruh, it's not big money. Yeah? This not big money. Also, a person, imagine 26,000 euros. He said, this not big money for me. Who say if you say they pull and force? For like I can get this. Now the rate at which the country get on there now. Eh? 60 years with the Naka Gigi's now. What do we have to show for it? But not to that they talk. At 3 years will they talk first. Because when the 60 year young come, well, they can't talk about that. But for now, let we handle this one. The 3 years young. Then it's saying they give them 15% because they sit down at the office. The chairman in the office say, just 2 weeks or less, Mama Salongo 60 years. Say politicians and the distance the country in the eyes of the world. Then two parties, SLPP and APC, then guilty for the nation in current abysmal condition. God save Mama Salon. And the chairman done a whole film. Before I left here, I can always talk something. I can always talk something before I left. Sierra Leone will never change if one man thinks by himself he able for changer. Nothing will ever happen positively good for Sierra Leone if one person thinks all by himself, if one political party thinks all by himself, now able for make things happen. If you self, where they think right now, you think your own party now able make salon, your party no more able make salon. Good luck with that. It will never happen. Now they would make mistake. In every area of this administration, a bulldoze. Even to peace commission, then bulldoze for past peace. They on a peace commission, they vote for Sidona, they talk peace day, then lobby fine, then pass a all man greed, then smile, then pass a then bulldoze. What's in again? You think say go happen? Until one political party, one person can never make Sierra Leone. Unless we all as Sierra Leoneans come together. Unless this administration, when they talk about, for work together, for... unless we do that, before it go happen. I don't tell you just for the people in the ask say, why you give them 49.9%? Who side that one they come out? This and that. They see MCC scorecard. Even though the one way we want healthcare, we're down. We fail by healthcare. They're not even talking about it. Now the one way they make like a for say, now they talk about. But I am a salon. And say, President say, la no say, say. All them things how they talk, not to overnight, he go able for fix them. 3 years long. We dey wait. Because quick just now for make we get reason for vote for you back. But what you go come for can't show we. Say you don't do. We talk about water and say, Bowser then day. Just the other day, I paid 1.3 million leons for Bowser for can full water na mi tank. 1.3 million. What then they say Bowser? Is it free? We pass through the government, good luck with that. I tried that one time, I not go do it again. But they pay private. Me, I don't turn back safe. I don't forget safe say I be buy water. Now the thing they can supply. That's now we pass through government too. But at the same government back will tell you, oh, there are so many Bowsers. Where you want to go through Bowser, the government they say, oh, we have break down, not get no Bowser, or they work now. A big. Who's what you want to talk about? But they say we na resilient people them. We na bobo pain them. Not so. We na bobo pain, we na resilient people them. So now they pass so. But and say with God, all things possible. And say anything can happen. Let not forget that. Say anything can happen. All right. We'll go there back tomorrow. For today, that's so we left them. But I think say with the percentage them and the pass mark they will come, the fail mark them beaucoup. Pass the pass mark them. But not the stress so. Nayana Salon. Till we meet again. Three policy. Tata.